Tennessee Governor Bill Lee sails to a second term, 4 more years, and didn't have any trouble at all. We're going to show you the results now. He got 65% of the vote. Jason Martin, the Democrat, 33% of the vote. I don't know. I thought the Democrats just put an awful candidate up against him, and Bill Lee's a likable guy.
He is a likable guy, and that was part of the reason he sailed into office. He really did very little one-on-one street campaigning. As we know, his wife is ill. He stayed close to Nashville, but he put all of his efforts into really good television ads, as we called him, the guy on the porch. Mm-hmm. And Jason Martin, while he's a very smart and seems to be a very nice guy, it is a near impossibility to find a really sparkling, strong candidate in the Democratic Party who is willing to be the sacrificial lamb for the Democrats up against a strong Republican. I don't say that Dr. Martin or Jason Martin was a terrible candidate, but he had every strike against him. Mm-hmm. And I think he knew that. I think his supporters knew that, and certainly the Lee camp knew that.
You had a column earlier this week in the Daily Memphian, Otis, getting into the topic of Bill Lee perhaps being interested in a bigger office at some point. What are your thoughts?
Well, I don't think that he really is right now. I mean, he'll probably listen to if anybody comes calling about that. I do believe he loves being governor. He said that in his ads. This is one of the highlights of his life. And so I take him at that word. Bill Lee won this election way back in September of 2021 when they announced Blue Oval City right up there in Haywood County. That sealed the deal for him. That's an economic boom. Everybody I talked to for that column said the same thing. Strickland said it. Kerry Vaughn, the Republican chair, said it. Getting Blue Oval City sealed the deal for him. I don't necessarily think that he wants to get into that fight for national office. It's going to be too crazy. I've heard that he might consider a cabinet position maybe if a Republican wins, but I don't think he wants to get into that fray.
And really quick before we end the segment, I want to talk about Sarah Huckabee Sanders. She's the newly elected, governor-elect, I should say, for the state of Arkansas. It's not that she's not familiar with the office. She grew up in the governor's mansion when her father was governor. But this is her first run at elected office, and she was quite successful, almost getting as much of the vote as Bill Lee did. Susan?
Well, like her or not, Sarah Huckabee Sanders is good on her feet. She's very articulate. She speaks to the crowd, and you listen to her. Whether you like what she has to say or not, she was a good candidate, strong candidate. And, you know, my guess is she's going to be a good governor.
She very well may. She certainly has the home court advantage here. Again, she knows Arkansas very well, and I think she probably will be a good governor for Arkansas. But I think that's probably as far as it goes. I don't think that Sarah Huckabee Sanders is going to be a national figure anymore. That's what I believe. Well, and the reason I believe that is because of the toxicity right now with Donald Trump. And she is closely aligned with Donald Trump. And now you find Republicans just trying to run as far away as they can. I'm talking about elected Republicans, running as far away as they can from Donald Trump. She'll be effective in Arkansas, and I think she'll just stay there and be sort of an anonymous governor over there.
Well, I think that as the star of Trump fades, and I think it is starting to fade, and it will, she will become a governor on her own. And will she remain Trumpian? I don't think that she needed Trump for this campaign. She was popular, her family's popular in Arkansas. I don't necessarily agree with her politics, nor did I like her and the position she had as press secretary for Donald Trump, but she was good at what she did, and I respect her for that. Now let's see how she handles the head office in Arkansas. I don't think she's going to take the path of Bill Clinton and become president one day, but I still say that she'll be an effective governor in Arkansas.
All right, time will tell, as they say. All right, Susan, thank you for being here. We appreciate it.
Great to be back.
Great to have you back, Susan.
It is. Thanks.
When we come back, we'll have Chance Carlisle here. He's the developer of wants to be the developer of the Grand Hyatt Hotel. The Carlisle Corporation will be right back.